Hey guys, it's me, Travis with PlayerProps.ai. So we're looking at 4 Thursday games. Let's do a quick recap on what we've done so far this week. Monday, we hit Porter under. Tuesday, so let me actually pause real quick. I recorded a full show yesterday for you guys. And then I'm like, okay, that's a good show. Let me click on the stop recording button. And guess what? It wasn't starting in the first place. I had clicked the wrong button on my recording software. And so that's why you got a super, super short one. But also, the super short one's to prove that if I just do super short stuff like that, you get zero value out of it. The entire purpose of the show is to educate you on how to best use the app. If I just throw something at you in 60 seconds or less, the education's not going to stick to your brain like it should be. So that's why we do these longer form shows, because you, as someone who's trying to better yourself for you and your family, needs to be able to copy and paste what did Travis say, what did Travis do throughout the entire show. How did he avoid mistakes? How did he do this? How did he do that? So when you're using the PlayerProps.ai app on your own, you are doing the exact same thing that I've been teaching you to do in every episode for the last 2 years. So anyway, Monday's hit. Tuesday we had Queen. I could have sworn when I was looking at him that he was part of the starting rotation. When I saw that he didn't start, I went back to the video, I rewatched it to that point, and I'm like, how did I see? I could have sworn I saw his name on the projected starting roster, but it wasn't. It had DeAndre Jordan as the starting center. But when the actual thing happened, not even DeAndre Jordan was in there. They moved Zion Williamson to start as the center. And if you paid attention to that game on Tuesday, the Pelicans had 4 centers. So they had Zion that started in center, then they put in Jordan, then they put in Queen a little bit, and then they put in Misi as well. And I'm like, okay, we're not going to be touching the centers for the Pelicans ever again, which is why you see it's added to the NBA ban list channel in Discord. We can't trust that rotation. That is not the rotation that I thought I saw. That's not the rotation that we needed for that prop to hit. And then yesterday, we did have Queta. I don't think it's Queta. It looks like it's Queta. That we had him showing in the projected starting roster. So I didn't want to make the mistake that I made on Tuesday. So like, okay, I triple checked. He's starting in that roster. And then he did start the game. But did you pay attention to what happened in the game? I've never in my life seen a starting player get taken out 2 minutes into the game with 0 fouls and 0 injuries. 2 minutes in, he gets benched. And then Vooch comes in, and then they also have like a few other big men that they kind of swap. And long story short, the first half, he only played 10 minutes. I can't remember when a starting center only played 10 minutes of a first half when they had 0 fouls. 0 fouls and no injury concerns. The second half was even worse. So Boston was supposed to win by 6 or 7 points. That was what the Vegas spread was for that game. And of course, they got destroyed and humiliated by Charlotte. But the second half was even worse. So the first half, 10 minutes. Oh, he's going to hopefully get like 15 plus. He'll easily hit this line. This man only got 6 minutes in the second half. He finished with 0 fouls. No fouls, no injury concerns. They just rotated him out. Why would you even put him in to start if you're going to take him out 2 minutes into it? It makes no sense. And so on top of adding the Pelican centers to the NBA ban list, we now added Boston centers. They can't figure out what they want to do. Now they have Vooch on their team, and so no touchy the Boston centers. And so that's something that I kind of was mentioning in the Discord, is we never make the same mistake twice. Once we see something that we don't like, that doesn't make sense, we don't touch it again. So now we're starting another show. We're going through the process as we've been going, and we know that we're smarter than the last time we did this. That's the goal of using the PlayerProps.ai app. Every day you use the app, as long as you're following the 7 steps to success, which is the channel in Discord you should be paying attention to, which guarantees that we can stop you from shooting yourself in the foot and losing all the bets that you're making. We stop you from your avoidable losses. You just follow the 7 steps to success. We will stop you from avoidable losses. So every time you use the app, you should be getting smarter and smarter in terms of how you're using the app, how you're determining what you want to pick. You find things you like on the app, you take a screenshot of it, and then you post it in Discord. Hey guys, you first look at if you're learning the 7 steps to success, step 7 is learning the checklist, the 6 checks you have to do for player props. So if you see something that you believe hits all 6 of those boxes, checks all 6 of those boxes, it's still in your best interest to take a screenshot of that, post it in Discord, and be like, okay, I believe this checks all the boxes. Is there anything I'm missing? There's 22,000 people in Discord. You're definitely going to get a response, whether it's like, yeah, this one actually doesn't check this box, or you're not factoring in this, or hey, it's a good play. You're using the app correctly. That is also, I think that's step 5 on our 7-step success. Talking in Discord in terms of asking questions and asking for feedback. The only way that you can get better is by trying to get better. You have to be active in the Discord. Not active, like you don't have to be like talking with everybody. That's not what I mean. I mean that you have to ask questions. The people who are sharing screenshots and asking for feedback in Discord are going to get to where they want to be in their sports betting life 1,000 times faster than people that aren't doing that. And people that aren't doing that may never get to where they want to be. With sports betting, you have to do the 7 steps of success. Why? Because we've been around for 2 years, and every single person, there's been over almost 97,000 people that have created a PlayerProps.ai account. Out of those 97,000, every single person that followed all of our 7 steps of success has had success in reducing, if not completely removing, their avoidable losses. It works, which is why we keep pushing it in Discord, keep pushing it in these channels. If you follow the 7 steps of success, you will have success. It is a guarantee. If you follow all of them, it is a guarantee that you will have less avoidable losses, if not completely removed all of them. We stop you from shooting yourself in the foot. Lock in, try to be a better version of yourself this year than you were last year. Try to make sure that every day you're using the app, you're getting better and better because you're asking for feedback on what you find. You're asking questions. You're trying to get better because the only people that will have success are those that try to get better. Let's find something here for today. How many games we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh, pretty good slate here. Do what we always do and move that line up. Orlando 9.5 favorite over Dallas. That's interesting. But his defensive ranks aren't crazy sexy. But last time we played him, I was saying, okay, so yeah, they technically start him. So we hit on him last time we played him. Oh, he's also questionable. So that's kind of an injury concern. But last time we played him, they technically slot him in the 1 spot. And so we have to kind of look at all of the other defensive ranks for Orlando. But that injury concern, I don't even know if we need to worry about that. Yeah, we're not going to touch that injury concern. Eamon Thompson here said 2 back-to-back games of 20 points or more, 3 games in the last 4 of 20 points or more. Versus Golden State, should not be crazy difference. Margin of victory for Houston, they're only an 8.5 favorite. Let's look at this roster real quick. Well, also questionable. Don't want to play people that are questionable. You want to play people that are healthy. You want to see probable. You want to see nothing. You don't want to play people that are questionable because that doesn't check all the boxes. I think it's check number 5 out of 6 is injury concerns. I just saw a news alert that the Bears are trading DJ Moore to the Bills. In case you wanted to know, that just happened. Just got the ESPN alert for that. So yeah, can't touch this. I mean, if this was like green, or if Cooper Flag was green, maybe we can consider the 5-6 play, but we don't want to force a 5-6 play until you know there's no 6-6 plays. So the first goal for every day of research is looking for the 6-6 options. Yeah, this the only green we get. Sportsbooks favor the under. Great. And then we're getting to a point where we're not really having any difference. Barely 2. Right now I'm just checking for his consistency. So he's getting these 20-point games. And then when he misses, sometimes they're close misses on the 17 line. Sometimes they're a little bit more. But he hasn't scored less than 13. In the last 10 anyway. He hasn't scored less than 13 since the last game of January. So every game in January, he's had at least 13 points. Played 33 minutes, horrible shooting, 4 for 14. Brandon Ingram was questionable, and he's also played the team's last 10 games. These are not starters. You see that Chucky. So when you see here, like, oh, is this a starter that's out? That's why we added this data here. This guy's not played in the last 10 games. And even though Colin has played in the last 7 games, he's only getting 23 minutes, which even if he's on the starting roster is not starter minutes. And so Ingram being questionable makes this interesting. Because if Ingram doesn't play, then I like this a lot more. His line probably will go up as well. So this new feature, we can use this here. How has he performed in games that Ingram does not played? There's only been 2 games this season that Quickly has played and Ingram has not played. He got 20 here and he got 17 here. And remember, his line is 17.5. So this is 1 free throw away from hitting. He hooked here. So it doesn't happen too often, but specifically in games that Ingram does play, that's all the other games for the season. Sportsbooks favor the under. Let's check that real quick. On a 17.5 line, over, under, over, neither, over, under, under. So it looks like technically the under's favored. That's a consensus from all the books there. But I don't think that's going to be the case if Ingram is ruled out. Interesting. Let me check the consensus on Russell Westbrook real quick. Over, under, over, under, 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 under. Oh, but he's got a 14.5 line. And the only books that have 14.5, they're all favored over. Caesars. Been pretty consistent last 4 games. Only missed the Lakers game by a free throw. Sacramento has essentially given up on life. It's interesting that he's only played 25 minutes on average the last 8 games. Look at this roster, man. Imagine being DeMar and Russell on this roster. I know Precious isn't that bad, but like being on a team that's essentially intentionally tanking. This is what we saw on Tuesday. Zion power forward, DeAndre Jordan center, and then all of a sudden we saw Zion playing in the center spot, which was not ideal. We don't touch that stuff. But at 14.5, can't say I hate this one. Because there's no Sacramento people that are questionable, right? Nah. And then, yeah, when we switch to Caesars, he's actually the top listed one here. $14.5 for him, or 17.5 for him. The funny thing is that both these teams don't care about their season anymore. It's like this is the tankathon here. Sacramento versus the Pelicans. me see what AI says on this game. I'm curious. So they think so. There's a 53.55% chance that Sacramento covers the spread. So yeah, AI thinks this is going to be a little closer than that. But the funny thing is that Sacramento has absolutely sucked this year in covering the spread, 17-31. Pelicans actually have a pretty decent record on covering the spread. I think that's what we're going to go with there. So we're going to go with our Sacramento buddy. But I also don't hate IQ if Ingram is out, but I don't think he's going to be out. I think he's going to play. Just questionable. But this is the one that makes sense. The defensive rank lines up. All the 6 checks. There's not anything I'm missing here. They're not playing on a back-to-back. So I think that's what we're going to go with. Yeah. The easiest way to get better is by trying, and then the easiest way to not make mistakes is just not making the same mistake twice. Mistakes are okay as long as they are truly mistakes. If you are knowing you're making a bad decision, it's not a mistake. You're making a bad decision. If you make something and you do something and like, oh, that didn't work out. Why didn't that work out? Okay, let me not do that again. That is how we get better. And that's why we add things like the ban list, the personal ban list and stuff. So maybe you don't like this player, click the flag on their name. They'll pop up here and they won't show up when you're researching for them. Yeah, that's what we're going to be doing here. If you're not in Discord, you're not trying. If you're in Discord, please, for the love of all that's holy, ask a question per day. If it's a sports betting question, ask it. If it's a PlayerProps.ai question, ask it. Make sure that you're asking at least one question per day, and that is going to expedite your path to success when it comes to sports betting. You're already doing more than most people because most people aren't even watching a YouTube video. If you watch this entire video, you're doing probably more than some people who just fast forward to the end and try to see something because they don't care about success. They just care about free things. But yeah, we'll see you guys in the Discord. Again, for the love of all that's holy, please try to ask one question per day. That's how you get successful. That's how you master how to use the app. The app works for every single person who uses it as it's intended. You just have to follow the 7 steps to success, which is its own YouTube, or not YouTube, its own Discord channel. So hop in there, go through those 7 steps. We'll see you there, and good luck, guys.